Hello and welcome to another one of my videos on the channel. Today we are doing another tier list on Battle for Neighbourville maps. There's quite a few of them, all of them are here. There's 12, I think, all 12 of them are here. And yeah, we're going to be ranking them in terms of how well they play, how well they look, and just how much I like them in general. I haven't seen many other PvZ YouTubers do this, so I might be the first, I might be wrong with that as well, but let's get into it. So yeah, S is like, it's really fun, it looks really good, it works well, it's just a good map. And D is, it's like not a good map, it doesn't look nice, it just, I don't like it basically. And this is personal opinion, so you probably have different opinions, and if you want you can leave them in the comments. Right, let's start from left to right. We have, they're not labelled, but I think they're, yeah, I know what they all are basically. So this is Colossal Fossil. This is like the one with like the two minecarts going in them. This map's good. I do like it, which is why I'm gonna leave it in B, because it's a very big map, like quite a big map, because you have the main central area where there's like 8 different ways where like enemies can come in and attack you if you're in the middle, and then there's the whole outskirt area. It's just a very big map. It's also got the minecarts, which kind of is a throwback to Dual Junction in Garden Warfare 1. And yeah, the reason it's not higher is probably because it doesn't look that great in my opinion. It's just like Rocky Flats, which is this map here, is like the same style map, like the rocky kind of canyon landscape, and they're a repeat along with the Uzavire. This one's also a repeat, so you know it's not as unique as the other ones might be, so I'm leaving it in B. Alright, next we are on Daisy Drive. Now this map I do quite like. It's quite similar to a map you might have in like Garden Warfare 1 or something, which is why I'm putting it A, mainly because it just looks like an old map. It just plays like an old map. It's just your usual town, which you can just go around and play. Sure, there's a few weird things in it, but it's just your usual town with a sewer underneath, a tree house, and it's just quite a nice map. It's nothing too weird, like wacky or anything. It's just a good map. The reason it's not higher is because I think, in my opinion, it's quite a small map. It's quite open as well, so snipers can be quite good on it, but it's quite an open, flat map. So that's the reason it's not any higher. Right, we're onto a turf takeover map now, Scooby Gully. This map I'm going to put in B, mainly because this is another problem with most of the turf takeover maps. It looks very similar all the way you go through, especially with this one. It's all kind of just this orange rock going all the way through until you get to the end, and there's still orange rock. I do like it though. It's a good map. It's got a good end mini game, and the capture points are in good places that actually sets up cool, fun situations, not just a plain old capture point in the middle of a field or something. So that's Scooby Gully. Next is Peachy District. Now this map I'm putting up here. This is one of my favourite maps because one, it's very similar to a map in Garden Warfare. I don't know what one, but it's got like the walnuts rolling down it at the end, which is like Walnut Hills in Garden Warfare 1 and 2. It's just like a Garden Warfare map, and the capture points change as you go through. Like the first one is in this like kind of little gardeny area, and then the second one's on top of like next to a restaurant, and then the third one's a museum, and then the fourth one is like you have to go up this kind of hill. So they change as much as they can, which is why I like it. And the end minigame is quite good. It's not the best if I was to rank it on end minigame, but it's basically just Suburbanation. So. Right, Loggy Acres. This map I'm probably gonna put, it's a payload map, it's not like the other two we've just done. I like the end minigame. However, like the beginning, I'm gonna put this one in B. just because at the very beginning, if you're on plants and you're defending, you spawn really far away from the objective. You have to travel basically through like 3/4 of the entire map in order to actually get to where you're trying to defend, so that's a bit annoying. And the map itself, in terms of like how it looks visually, it's a lot of the same colour. It doesn't look similar throughout it all. At the end it looks completely different, and at the beginning it looks completely different, but it's got the same colour palette, if you get what I mean. I mean, it's in a forest, so they can't really do much with it. They did a good job with it though. It's not awful. Otherwise I would have put it lower, so it's entire with these ones. Right, preserve pastures. This is the newest map added to the game, and it's, again, I like it quite a lot. It's an A. Now the reason I put it in A, not S, is because I think it's quite an easy map to just go through. It's quite it's not very long games you tend to have in it. I think the first capture point is so open, and zombies just run in there and get it within a few seconds. And then the next one, it has the windmill, which I like. It adds kind of a cool moving part of the environment to the game. And then they just capture the windmill quickly, and then the barn, and that's it. Like, between the barn and the end minigame, they're literally next to each other. The end minigame I also like quite a lot, when you got to transport the gargantuas to blow up the pickle. As weird as that sounds. But yeah, that's why I keep doing that. That's why it's not S, because I feel it's one of the smaller turf takeover maps. Okay, what's this one? Preserve pastures. This is the nighttime one here, but I couldn't find another picture, so I just got this one. Not preserve pastures, this is Pressure Pier. I said it wrong. This map, it's kind of like a bit like Driftwood Shores from Garden Warfare 1, so I like it in that sense. I'm trying not to be too nice, otherwise all the maps are going to be like up here. I reckon this is... See, in the town centre, one of the battle chess mode, when you have to like do all those weird challenges and stuff, is on this map for the town centre plants one, and it's just the most annoying thing. Like, doing all those challenges and then trying to lure out some with Squiddy Shore guy or something, so we have to keep on doing these skirmishes in this area, and it's just kind of maybe a bit sick at the place. But I think the actual map is good, which is what is going to pull up there. It's like the Daisy Drive, just kind of just a more kind of a shoreline town, rather, because like the other maps are all like a bit more fantasy, like they wouldn't actually be there in real life, and then these ones are a bit more simplistic, a bit more just your average map which you might find in other games and stuff. Right, Rooney Ruins. This map is a very, very big one. It's good for garden ops, but I feel for Team Vanquish it's too big, and I'm basing this as a whole, so I'm going to put it in B. It's a very big map, and it's not got anything really special to it, if I'm honest. It's just kind of a big map. Well, I literally just said that. How do I put this? It's very grey. Like, all the walls are in it are grey. It's just completely grey. There's a bit of green from like vines and stuff growing on it, but everywhere else it's just grey. Like, you can even see on this map here, like the little picture I've got, it's all just grey, and bits of green about, and obviously the background, which is green as well because of the trees' leaves. So it's a good map for garden ops. Probably the best one. I'll put it up here for garden ops or graveyard ops, but for just overall, it's going to be in B. Right, Turning Point. Turning Point's another... It's a payload map. I think I'm going to put Turning Point up here. Now, I like the first capture point where you got to, get the pomegranate, and it's like kind of in the shipwreck area. I like that. The only part I don't like of the map is the end bit, the end minigame. That's the only thing I don't like. It looks good. I just feel what you actually need to do is quite also easy to do, so it's hard for the zombies to actually win. So yeah, that's Turning Point. Okay, what's this one? This is the Weirding Woods, like turf takeover, smaller map, not Loggy Acres, like the smaller one. I'm gonna put this one in C. It's just, I don't like it. It doesn't look nice. It's all just kind of scrap parts everywhere and like vines growing everywhere. Nothing's like nice, nothing's symmetrical, nothing's even. I know none of these maps are symmetrical, by the way, other than maybe Rooney Ruins, but it's just, I don't like it. It just doesn't look nice. It's very dark at some places because of like the canopy of the tree, and I just don't really like it. Right, what's it? Rocky Flats. Again, I'm probably gonna put this map. It's a very open map, that's for sure. Like, it's very open in the middle, and then you have like these tiny little corridors going like around it. So it's good for snipers, and it's also got the cheese going for it, which no other map has. Well, other than the turf takeover one, but the cheese does add a nice good to it, and I like the bridge a lot, so I'm going to put an A, because I like the bridge when there's like Suburbanation or like Gnome Bomb or something, and there's a capture point on the bridge, and then we're all just coming at different angles trying to get whatever's there, or Power Team Vanquish when the crystal spawns up there. It does add for some cool, nice, like, not cool, but thrilling gameplay, because you're both going into one place, and then either side of the bridge there's just cheese that will kill you. So, vicious cheese. Right, Oozavire, Z-Tech Oozavire, whatever you want to call this thing, Z-Tech Refinery, I don't really know what it's called. This is one of the most unique maps in the game, I think, because like unlike all the others, it has that pink, the ooze that you can bounce on. Unlike a battle arena map, you can also get the ooze, but that doesn't really count. It's battle arena, it's not one of these maps. But so like no other map has it. With the cheese, it's on other maps. With the water, it's on other maps, and with falling off places, it's on other maps. So I think I'm gonna put it up here because it's just adds that unique bit. I know a lot of people don't like it because of the bouncing, and it makes it hard to shoot people when they're bouncing. That's the point of it. That is like the point of it, to be a bouncy map. It's like how the point of this one, the Rocky Flats, is to have the cheese going through it. They have their purpose, they have their design, and the way that they're meant to be played. If all the maps were just similar, then it wouldn't be that good variety. So having maps like this and this add good variety to it. So there we go, gone through them all. I have missed out like the free roam regions and the battle arena and like Giddy Park and all that, because they don't really count as maps. I know battle arena are adding more and more maps as time goes on, so if there's enough at one point, I might do a tier list on that as well. But soon, I was also hoping on doing another tier list on all the abilities in the game. I haven't seen many people doing that as well, so I thought I might try and do one and get all the abilities in just BFN, not Garden Warfare 2 and 1, because there's a ton of abilities in that game. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.